I'm like, this entire session really is not about you guys getting anything really cool ideas. It's about me being able to vent about things, right? This is my own personal psychiatric session. I get this a lot with my clients and different people. They come to me and they say, listen, we tried this offer on search and social. Didn't work. The CPA, the cost per acquisition, was really high, but we think it's going to work really well in email. We want to do this. We have budget to do this. And I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Email is not the magic bean. Okay. Email is not this place where all problems get solved. And the reason I tell you this is that if you have an offer, okay, and you've been pumping out in social and search and it's not working, but you think you do it in email, it's going to work better. It's not true. These are all direct response channels. Yeah, some will be a little better than the other one, tweak this, tweak that. But if your offer stinks, then your offer stinks. And there is no savior channel. That's not how it works. Okay. But maybe it's not that your offer completely stinks, but that you're saying it wrong, right? You might just be saying it wrong. And let me tell you what I mean by that. So, different parts of the country, we say different things, right? Some of the parts of the country say soda. I say soda. Some say pop, right? And depending on how you say it, you get a reaction, right? Like if I said to my kids, let's say I used all these examples here in a sentence. Like if I said to my kids, hey, because I live in South Florida, I'm on the East Coast. Hey, go get your tennis shoes. We're going to go get flapjacks. And then you could have a sucker and also a pop. They would be like, what are you talking about? I don't even know what language you're talking, right? So words matter. And so it's semantics. Semantics, it's a thing, okay? Now, why does that do with email marketing? Semantics and how we're saying things is actually having a radical impact on performance. So whether you're calling something a report or a white paper, whether you're saying a certain percent off or up to a percent off, if something is in stock versus available, if you're promoting a webinar, you say reserve your spot or register. Believe it or not, these things have a huge impact when you're actually saying the same thing. You're actually saying the same thing. So when you mention in your subject line, and this is all data from now, this is data from not like a year ago, this is data from right now. So when you are promoting, let's say you're like, okay, we got this white paper. I don't care who you are, unless you're a giant nerd, right? If you say to somebody, hey, do you want to check out this white paper? That sounds boring, really boring. Or you say, hey, we just published this new report. You want to check it out? Like, oh, that sounds interesting, right? That's why open rates are up 17% when you say report versus white paper. Percent off versus up to percent off is like, oh, I'm getting 30% off. Boom, I'm checking that out. In stock versus available. In stock is cool. Available is like for everyone. Reserve your spot versus register. Awesome, right? These things are what drive results. Here's an example. I got this email. Last 30 days, the word report generated a 27% higher click-through rate versus the same offer, but calling it a white paper. Now, somebody out there in webinar land is like, you can't do that. You cannot call a report and a white paper the same thing. You will go to some version of weird marketing jail. That's not true. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about anything. That's the reality. I got this email from Acton. Here's the email I got on the left. I open it up, pivot your marketing budget, something about the pandemic. On the bottom, what does it say? It says, get the guide. I'm like, all right, I'm going to check it out. I click, I go to the landing page. This is the thing. They're now calling it an ebook. 1 second later, it goes from a guide to an ebook. You know why? Nobody cares. There are no rules. It's all about what works. So if you want to call a report, a white paper report, because it's going to get a better response rate, you do that. You do that. Okay. Don't live in these boundaries that don't exist. All right.